Thank you, and blessings to everyone. Such a wonderful day. I want to welcome you all to this day of healing and reconciliation. And I want to set the tone for our time together and to invite each of you to enter into your heart space, into that place where you can find a measure of peace, a sense of wholeness, and connectedness. Because real change, real healing comes when we can touch that deeper place within us that allows us to transcend all differences. So I invite you to enter into this experience with an open heart and an open mind and an open spirit. For this is truly a safe place where you can experience and undergo your process of healing, because healing is a process. And I want you to all honor where you are in that process. And as we do that for each other, giving each other the space to simply be, we truly will allow ourselves to come together as a spiritual community, as a people, under God, one nation. So I thank you for being here, and I want to acknowledge and thank all those who are viewing this event around the country. We welcome you as well. Thank you for taking the time to be on point, on purpose, creating a world that will work for everyone. So I thank you, and I'm honored that you're in this space. I want to take this time now to introduce Mr. Stephen Dinan, who is the founder of the Shift Network. Let's welcome Stephen.
Well, I want to welcome all of you to the Day of Healing and Reconciliation. Thank you for taking this time with us in such a critical moment for our country. The idea for today was born this summer when I was traveling on a book tour, and it really came as a vision of a day that would bridge left and right and reconnect us with the higher ideals of our country after a very intense and bitter campaign. Now, we had this vision, and I brought it here, and this group of allies rallied to say, yes, let's make it happen at Unity. And we did this before we knew the results of the election. So in some ways, it makes today a bit tougher for a lot of us, because there's a bigger shock from a surprise that has left a good percentage of our nation reeling with anger and fear, and while there's many other people who are celebrating. So our streets are roiled with protests. Our Facebook feeds, even for the video for this event, are filled with animosity and anger and fear. And I say, as a progressive Democrat, I have felt heartbroken in the last days. But in many ways, it makes it more important for us to gather, because this entire election season has really been bitterly polarizing and divided us against each other. Families and friends, co-workers, colleagues, the political parties and media have fanned these flames. Many people have felt abandoned or threatened now and haven't really felt ready to bridge differences. And we honor that everybody has their own process, and it may take more time for people to even contemplate healing or reconciliation with citizens from the other side. But nonetheless, we can begin. We can begin the journey and declare a ceasefire today, a ceasefire in our own hearts. And we are not here to gloss over our differences as citizens or to deny the natural course of our emotions, but instead to create a safe space to remember who we truly are as fellow citizens of this country, striving to make it a place of liberty and justice for all. We are here to connect with an open mind and humanize those with whom we have struggled. We're here to begin to open our hearts again to people who we have been challenged by, and to remember that those that we have forgotten to care about. We can care for others without compromising our core principles. Ultimately, this is not about our political leaders or policies, but about us as Americans, neighbors, and friends who have been torn apart over politics and now need to heal. We have always been a nation of strong and sometimes even sharp contrasts, But what makes America great is that we have woven these differences into a tapestry of tolerance and respect for the idea that our diversity makes our country stronger. You all know that we are better than the rhetoric we have seen this election cycle. You know that our nation has a higher calling to live up to our motto, E pluribus unum, out of many we are one. And so today, in that spirit, we focus on the things that connect us: spirituality, family, children, education, desire for a better future, equality, opportunity. And we're going to open through song and prayer. We're going to do it slowly and respectfully. We have hundreds of people in this beautiful church and more than 11,000 people who registered online to participate in 35 sister events or online. And we expect there will be hundreds of thousands who watch the video from today. And our video about this has been seen by 1.4 million people. So that's a lot of power to begin to shift things if each of us takes a stand for these higher principles. So in doing this, we also want to honor the importance of taking a passionate stand for what we care about and nonviolently resisting that which does not serve. It's part of creating a healthy democracy, and anger can be positive fuel. But for today, let's focus more on our hearts, the love that is in our hearts for our fellow citizens and for our country. Let's soften as much as we can so we can release some of the trauma of this year and also honor that we need each other in the times ahead. Everyone here has a purple safety pin on to symbolize that we are a safe space. This is a growing movement. I encourage you to continue this, that we are safe for all people to talk to. We're creating a safe harbor. So throughout the day, I encourage all of you who are watching to also do acts of healing and reconciliation with those who might have voted differently than you, or simply to reach out with kindness and to share what you do with the hashtag Day of Healing. And as we do, I think we can begin to plant these seeds where we dissolve some of the trauma and come back together. So we're going to have a beautiful program, and I hope it's helpful and healing for you.